Hi everybody, this is Joanne from A Perilous Fight. This is going to be some help intended for women that are in abuse situations right now. Um, I myself, as I mentioned in previous videos, have been in abusive situations before. I was beaten by babysitters, sexually abused by my father, and in two really bad relationships with two men that I thought were good guys. Um, they weren't bad all the time, but when they were bad. So the reason why I'm talking about this today is because I got a phone call the other day from somebody that I grew up with. I hadn't talked to him truthfully on a phone actually ever. I didn't know him that well per se. We kind of uh, kind of around, ran into each other every now and again. But I hung out with his sister for a while, and I'm not going to mention any names, of course. Um, but he mentioned that he had gone through a lot, and his family did. And he mentioned that his sister seemed to attract those types of men, and was in an abusive situation right now. Um, so, without saying her name, I somehow want to say what I would say to her if she was in front of me. And I hope that somebody else in a situation like she's in right now, or a similar one, could benefit from some of the things that I'm telling her, or would tell her if she was in front of me. I would tell her that even though we didn't have a 20-year friendship. I do remember her being a very nice girl. We had a lot of good times together, a lot of good laughs. I don't, um, I don't know all that's happened to her after really, probably the age of 16 or so. But there's some things that I do know that sometimes girls, when they don't have their needs met, when they're not protected by their father, when they're hurt by their father, when they're abused emotionally or physically or psychologically by particularly their father. Um, they sometimes look their whole life in the wrong places um, for something, and sometimes they use sex. They think that sex is going to bring it to them, because sometimes a woman expresses the way that she feels with a man through sexual uh, intercourse. Um, but I think that what really a lot of women that have gone through abuse, like myself, what we're really looking for is a protector, a provider, in the sense of a provider that's going to provide some of the things that we need, like just how if you would see a dad taking good care of his daughter, he's a provider. This is not just a monetary thing, because I believe that every woman should contribute. Every woman has a purpose in life, should find out what that purpose is, because I believe that at the core of our being, we have a responsibility to God first, to find out why we're here on earth and to become actualized. But I'm saying, as far as provider, a provider that's going to say, okay, I'm gonna, a man should provide some of the things that um, a girl needs. It's just kind of how it works. Like a little girl uh, has needs. A little boy has needs, and a little girl, It sounds silly, but a little girl kind of needs a kitten. You know, she kind of needs to go shopping. She kind of needs to be protected. She needs God in her life. She needs someone to watch over her, somebody who's emotionally stronger than her, physically stronger than her to protect her, and that's what I mean by providing protection, providing, uh, wisdom. And sometimes women, they get in these relationships. I know I was in one, and it's like it's not bad all the time. So you kind of make excuses for his behavior, and sometimes it's criminal behavior. But the thing is that you know we have to be on our side. We have to remember that this life means something. We matter. We're worth it. We're worth having a peace and quiet home. At least, at the very least, a peace and quiet home to come home to. That's safe for us and our children, because it's our responsibility to keep our kids safe. And it's our responsibility at the end of the day to keep ourselves safe. And, at some point in the situation, the relationship ends. Where there's abuse, the relationship is over. It's now a situation. And the thing with women, denial is the most powerful emotion. And sometimes it clouds a logical decision. It's not logical to stay in a relationship where you're getting hit and you're getting beat or verbally abused, or if you're with somebody who's smothering your purpose in life, that they're controlling you, where you want to talk to your phone and talk to your friends on the phone for a while and just have some good girl laughs, and he's making it very awkward and very uncomfortable for you. Not just, you know, because you're late going somewhere and you guys need to leave, but I'm saying in a situation where he just doesn't want you to find you're happy, because it's not what he gets off on. He's just, and sometimes men just get off on making it very uncomfortable and miserable for girls. That's the reality. And some people out there may say, oh, she's male bashing, and they could say what they want, because the truth is that more people have to come forward and more people have to help. And in the end, when a woman leaves a situation, because it has to be her decision, and yes, it's when she's ready. But I also think that there's too many women getting killed, too many women getting hurt, and too many children of these situations really paying the price for these women being irresponsible. And that's the hard truth of it. Because at the end of the day, the woman has to make the decision to get to a safer place. And the woman has to look at it, the situation, in a logical way and assess, okay, really, if I leave this guy, is he so crazy? Is he such the criminal that has he said that he would kill us? Just to use an example, the horrific events that happened to Jennifer Hudson. I listened when she spoke to Oprah, and when her sister's uh, boyfriend ended up killing Jennifer's mother, brother, and nephew. And Jennifer said he said 25 times he was going to do it. But she didn't believe that it would be to that extent. Because what some people are capable of, other people aren't. So the people that aren't capable of it, really, they don't really assess the risk. So what we need to do as people is to listen to the signs, listen to what the people are saying, and believe them. If there's threats there, and the truth is that often the police show up after the fact, so you have to be very proactive and smart. You have to be strong, and you have to be smart, and you have to get yourself out of there. But you don't want to be that story that you stayed and you got murdered at the hands of a man. I don't think any woman wants that to be their story, you know. And you have to think of the children that are in that situation with you too. You know, it's just not right. And sometimes good men think really bad thoughts when they're going through a bad relationship, and if they keep up with those thoughts and they don't have good people around them to talk to them and say, hey buddy, what's going on, are you okay, how you doing with all this, and if he doesn't go out and vent, like go out and work out and go out or box somewhere, go out and just to kind of let off some aggression, swimming, going to the gym, um, he may just start to act upon his thoughts. So, everybody, family should really keep an eye out when there's a split up, when there's problems in a, in a, where the marriage is over and it's just become a situation. But I don't know, I just know that women die because they don't leave. Because if you're waiting on a man, that behavior to stop, you're going to be waiting a long time. And that behavior is not around all the time. Even if it's 5% of the time, that should be a deal breaker. You have to ask yourself, what are the deal breakers? And because you have a right to be happy and safe and enjoy life. And it's not just about scraping through life. There's like 6 billion people on the planet. Surely you could replace them with somebody better. Once you get out of the situation, and God will help you. I know God will absolutely help you. And for therapy, you can go get yourself a pet, a rescue animal, and it's such therapy. It will help you so much. But um, people really need to just um, try to think of ways to help each other more. I think that there's a lot of people suffering in bad situations, and there needs to be even more help from the government, and nonprofits need to get their mission out in the communities more, so women have the resources to lead. But you can contact your local church. You can contact 311. You can contact 211 if you're in Canada. You can contact, I think I mentioned St. Vincent de Paul, Salvation Army. You can contact, find an advocate in your area that can help. You can contact women's groups. It doesn't mean you have to stay at a shelter. It's just temporary. Bad things are temporary. But I mean, people do die, and if you're in a situation where, you know, um, there's just so many bad situations that people find themselves in, but um, sometimes it's the people closest to you that are hurting you. But you need to ask for help, and you can call 911. You can call the police non-emergency number, and ask them for some advice and help, and help to get out of the situation. You can get a plan together and get your belongings. You can go to, um, just start planning and be smart, but most of all, be strong about it. But head for higher ground. Get to, an area where the weather is better, because that can help your emotional health. And just do it. Just do it. You'll be glad you did. Pray to God, because up there you have God, you have Jesus, you have the angels and saints. Your angels will help you. But you have to do your part. It's just the way it works. And if you're waiting for his behavior to change, some of them never do. Most of them never do. If it's a criminal behavior, because that's how they've learned to, and that's really unfortunate, because more men need to break the cycle and say, you know what, I am going to go get some anger management, and I'm going to find a different way, because I don't want to lose, you know, my family. I don't want to lose my wife. I want to be the man of the family, and take care of us, and have a good life, you know. Okay, and then so I'll end this video with a Joanne's Duck, which is a Joanne's Did You Know? Uh, what I would say is music can help. Listening to Celine Dion and Katie Lang and Barbara Streisand, Andrea Bocelli. Um, that can help, and knowledge can help. So read some books. Thank you. Bye.